Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Wilton Report. And if you're new here, the Wilton Report is Princeton, New Jersey's only dedicated real estate blog, podcast, etc. You can check us out on YouTube or Spotify. So I've been getting a lot of great feedback about the Wilton Report. I apologize. I've not broadcast in a few weeks, but it's been intensely busy, a lot going on. So let's get to it. Just as a reminder for our landlord friends out there, a few of you have reached out. We do own a property management company. It's called Princeton Property Management Services, and you can check us out at princetonpropertymanagementservices.com. I invite you to do that. I did want to give you a saved date. We have another seminar. If you haven't noticed, I like public-facing events. I'd rather talk directly to the consumer than to anyone else. We are launching a new company. It's called Princeton Home Connections. And again, you can go to princetonhomeconnections.com and check it out. What is Princeton Home Connections? So basically, Princeton Home Connections is an ADU company. It's a building company. It's a company that can help you build an accessory dwelling unit in your existing property if you're a single-family homeowner. So it's myself, 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓, and Marina Rubina who are launching this company. We are having two public-facing meetings next week, March 14th, 6:15 p.m., March 16th, 10:15 a.m. You can join us either on Zoom, obviously, or at Tiger Labs in person. On March 14th in the evening, we will have wine and cheese for those of you brave enough to join us in person. And March 16th, obviously, we'll have breakfast, pastries, coffee to talk about what is an ADU. So what are some of the things that an ADU can be, right? An ADU is basically an accessory dwelling unit, an accessory dwelling solution, a mini house. That's all it is. You have a main house on the lot and you have a smaller house on the lot. What you do with that, how you build it, where you build it, well, that is what the seminar really is for. So again, we call them mother-in-law units. I'm not even sure that's politically correct, but it's one of the things. You may want to build one to offset your property taxes, right? To create revenue on your existing property. We have customers contacting us about helping their parents age in place, meaning they don't want to leave Princeton, but they don't want to maintain the bigger house. What are their options? We do work with investors. So we have an investor that owns lots in the old borough that would be interested in developing ADUs to expand their portfolio. And then obviously, because we are a building firm, if you own an existing rental property, we could always give you a spruce up, a fix up in terms of maximizing your rent and income. So that's what Princeton Home Connections is. This is an actual picture of an ADU that's sold. It's a mini house. It's really what it is. Generally 2 bedrooms, generally, 900 to 1,250 square feet. They feel bigger than they are. We actually have one coming to the market relatively soon, which I will be sure to give notice on in Little Brook. So it'll be exciting. I think it's going to be very well received. This is one that sold on 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐂𝐓, I think about 2 years ago. This is an actual picture of the ADU. So it's just a normal looking smaller house next to a larger house on the same lot. So if you want to learn more about that, I highly encourage you to come to the seminar. If you want the Zoom link, if you want to reserve a spot at Tiger Labs, just shoot me a text, 609-773-8054, and just put ADU in the text. I'll know what that means, and I'll send you the Zoom link and or reserve your spot at Tiger Labs. Either or is great. We'd just love to see you and have you be part of that burgeoning community here in Princeton. So let's talk about the market. Holy cow. Holy moly. It's tough. It's a tough market, not for sellers, for buyers. So let's kind of take at the overall inventory. We did break 30-something homes for sale this morning, which is exciting. We should probably be more than 50 right now at this point of the year. However, everything with the red arrow, if you're watching on YouTube, if not Spotify, I do invite you to come back and look at the data because it is a data-driven presentation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that I know of have offers already, right? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are not even on the market yet. They're in a status called coming soon. So 5 are coming off, 5 you can't see. So that really gives you about like 25 homes for sale. Below $1 million, it is slim pickings. 47 Meadowbrook is coming soon. It's a single family home, 3-bedroom, 1-bath in Littlebrook on 0.87 acres, right? For $899, that will sell for $950 to $1,050,000 easily, right? So these are things you have to think about. But overall, there is a little more inventory. It is selling. We're going to get into some of the nuances of what's happening with these bids in a second. But closings in 2023, year to date, there was 23 closings. Year to date, 2024, 17. 2023 was the lowest year on record. And we're trending below that in 2024. Why? Because inventory is down. 45 homes were listed last year. Year to date, January, February, 27 listed this year, almost half. So like, you know, we are scraping the bottom for inventory, literally scraping the bottom for inventory. There's very little for sale right now in Princeton. So let's take a look at just some recent activity. And this is stuff that I've been involved with personally. 17 Armour, 12 offers on this home. I sold it. Came on the market at 1,695. I can't tell you what it sold for because it's not closed in public record yet. But there's 12 offers on this house. That means there's 11 people still looking. Just is what it is. Now, another one came on the street. This house was lovely, very well finished, etc. Another one came on the street, right? It'll probably have the same thing. So 12 offers on 17 Armour. That came on at 1,695. 166 Stockton Street. By the way, not our listing, full disclosure. Just came on the market, I think, on Friday morning. I showed it. I had a customer. We offered 1,899 on a 1,699 ask. And by the way, I felt it was going to go above that, but that's the highest they could go. We came in 4th place. So, right? And this is on Stockton Street. That's 206. That's a main road. Beautiful house, backs to a park, walk to Nassau Street. But it's a main road. So, you know, incredible. This is another one in Lawrenceville, 5 Glenbrook in Lawrenceville, 849 asking price, 12 offers. I did tell my client I thought it would go for $950 to $999, possibly breaking $1 million. Bid accordingly. They did not get it. I would say I was not surprised by the fact that they didn't get it because the numbers indicated a much higher contract price on that. So between 3 houses, right, over 30 offers. 3 houses that came to the market, Lawrenceville, 2 in Princeton, 2 in the same price bracket of that $1.5 million to $1.9 million in Princeton. Walk to town, close to Nassau Street, close to campus, close to the job center that is Princeton University. Boom. And then Lawrenceville, right? 849. If anyone wants to take my bet, Jones Toland, if you're listening to this podcast, I will bet you on this as well. He's a broker in town. We bet $1 bets, actually lunch bets, as to where things will sell. So far, I'm undefeated, just for the record. So let's talk about buyer advice and strategy for the moment. My advice is this, and buyers, please write this down. Meditate on it when you go to bed. Meditate on it when you wake up. The market doesn't care about what you think. It doesn't care about how you feel about the market. If there's 30 offers for 3 houses, does the market care that you don't like the countertop? Does the market care that you think the bathroom needs updating? No, because the other 11 people bidding don't care. And one of them is going to make a serious bid and one of them is going to get it. So buyers, you really have to divorce yourself from what you think you want to do with the house. And you have to stick to the numbers because that's all that matters. The market's the market. The numbers are the numbers. Bid accordingly. So when you're looking at your bid strategy, right, you have to consider the following things. First is price per square foot. Why? If you want to know details, call us for a consultation. Second is absorption rate. You don't know what that is? Call us for a consultation. Third is the multiple of the assessed value. You don't know what that is? Call us for a consultation. I'm being deadly serious. We get contacted by buyers all the time that want to buy a house that don't know what any of these things are. Can you use the lot for an ADU? Can it be developed? What's the maximum house size that can be built? Will you be bidding against builders? Because they don't care about the countertop. They don't care about the old tile in the bathroom. They're going to fix it up, flip it, bring it back to the market, and sell it. So again, like as a buyer, walk in and go, can I live here eventually? Buy it using these multiples. Home size potential, meaning how big a house can be built on the lot, because that'll affect your future resale value if you plan to expand. You need a before and after pricing strategy. Again, if you don't know what these things are, call us. This is what we do at the Wilton Group. This is literally, we talk to 3 buyers a week, 4 buyers a week, 5 buyers a week about these things and help them get their bids in line with what the market's doing. And the last thing you have to consider is scarcity. So we are, like I said, scraping the barrel of inventory. It is what it is. It is very difficult. I will not lie. The market is catastrophically competitive. And you can quote me on that because that is as good definition as I can give you. Catastrophically competitive market for buyers. So if you really want to have a good strategy, call us. I will just tell you, I do put my money where my mouth is. My group was number 1 in buyer side sales in Princeton the last 2 years. So what does that mean? It means we know what we're doing. Just call us, text us, whatever, set up a meeting. We don't care. Seller advice and strategy. It's pretty simple. Don't overprice it. Pricing still matters. Don't put a dirty house on the market. It still matters, but put your house on the market. Like, that's my advice. Obviously, it's nuanced. You want to look at all those same multiples that I talked about with the buyer and price it accordingly. But, you always want to sell a commodity when there's no other commodities for sale. And right now, there's no other commodities for sale, and they're standing 10 deep to make an offer. I have a customer, the one who bought Armor, had 190 people through her open house in Boston. She's moving to Princeton. 190 people through the open house. Tens of dozens of offers on the house, right? The buyers waived everything. No inspection contingency, no mortgage contingency, nothing. It is what it is, right? It's a tough market for buyers. I did want to talk about this. There's always something coming in the real estate market, which is why we do the Wilton Report, obviously. And I just want to say thank you for everybody who's been reaching out about it. I've gotten a lot of feedback these last few weeks. I actually had somebody stop me in town and tell me how much they enjoy the Wilton Report. I would ask selfishly, share it. Like, share the link to YouTube, share the link to Spotify on your social media. I'd love to talk to more people about it. I know a lot of other podcasters say that, so just go ahead and share it. I will thank you, and I will give you a shout out if you let me know that you do it. But I did want to talk about the silver tsunami, right? Which is talking about baby boomers. So people hear this. Boomers to unload fresh housing supply, top Wall Street forecaster says. By 2035, it's 2024. And what they're doing is downsizing. And they're going to smaller, more walkable communities. Sound familiar? The boomers are buying everything in Princeton right now. That whole first block of Nassau Street is the boomers. Why? Because the houses are smaller, they're walkable, they can walk to restaurants, towns, etc. Nobody wants to go to a nursing home after COVID. Don't particularly blame them. And so, you're seeing this intense pressure from boomers, from Princeton University professors, etc., in the Princeton market, especially the immediate downtown. So who is this talking to? It's not necessarily Princeton. Will Princeton eventually change the market pace? I hope so. I hope it slows down. I was really hoping this year it would slow down, or get a little better, but it's not. It's actually worse for inventory. We are seeing things come on the market, but it's still way undersupplied in terms of what the market needs to function at a normal pace. So this whole silver tsunami thing, it's about irrelevant as interest rates are in the Princeton market. Why? Because 51% of our market's cash. So if you're making a cash offer and you're a buyer and you think that makes you important, let me just remind you, the market doesn't care. I can't make it any more simple than that. And I do tell our customers this because the context of what's happening is important. So that is it for today on the Wilton Report. Just a reminder, next week, we do have the two seminars talking about Princeton Home Connections, which is our ADU company. It's going to be really cool. You can build a really cool product in your backyard, in your side yard, depending on your lot. If you want the details, if you want to know what it's all about, join us on Zoom or join us at Tiger Labs at 300 Witherspoon Street next Thursday at 6:15 or next Saturday at 10:15 a.m. And that is the 14th and the 16th of March. That's it for this edition of the Wilton Report. Thank you, everybody. Please be sure to share this with people who you think it might benefit, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Thanks, everybody.